Is the address not correct?
It should be.
And what is that address?
What is in our system, Kimberly Harrison, and the ID itself.
Let me try to figure out what's going on, okay?
Okay.
Alright.
So can I leave?
Nope.
'Cause I have like.
No, you can't. You're
Uber.
being detained right now.
Okay, well I have an Uber waiting for me outside.
Okay, you're being detained right now.
What does that?
On May 7th, 2025, officers responded to a pawn shop where a woman attempted to purchase a $12,300 Rolex using a fraudulent ID and a stolen credit card.
Did you guys call us? Did you guys call?
Yeah, we did. So she's trying to scam us with credit fake ID and credit card.
How?
What do you got? What's going on?
I don't have nothing. It's the card.
35 and 25 with all parties. What card do you have? Like, why do they think it's...
American Express and driver license. When I scanned it, it came out with different name and address.
Alright, let me take a look. What's your name? Ma'am? What's your name?
My name?
Your name? Emily? Emily what?
Miranda.
And this is your driver's license? Alright. Is the address not correct?
It should be.
And what is that address?
It's the address upstairs. 277.
Okay.
Then 20.
Okay. Why are they saying this isn't coming up? What's going
I
on?
have no idea.
Okay. What's your date of birth?
The 20th of 97 of this month.
Okay. Do you have any other driver's license in any other states?
No.
Alright, just give me a minute to try to figure out what's going on, okay?
Okay.
Alright.
So can I leave?
Nope.
'Cause I have like.
No, you can't. You're
Uber.
being detained right now.
Okay, well I have an Uber waiting for me outside.
Okay, you're being detained right now.
What does that mean?
That means you are not free to go anywhere. Okay? 35, clear 2.
Can I talk to you guys? You good for a second?
Can you run me a Connecticut DL?
Hey, how's it going, guys? So what's going on? Yeah.
So she came in with a plan to purchase a Rolex watch, and she tried to use a fake ID and the credit card name matching to fake ID. When I scanned the ID, came out different name and address in my system, so I figured she is trying to scam us. I think she's working with somebody. She texting to some. Maybe she had like a boss on top of
Okay.
her.
Did you give the IDs back
I gave
to?
it to police officer.
Okay, give it to them. Okay, so what was she? How much was she supposed to be purchasing this one?
12,300 total purchase of the Rolex watch.
So she came in for 12,300. What kind of Rolex was
It's
it?
a Rolex Submariner.
What was it?
A Rolex Submariner.
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 Okay. And then she presented you. What kind of ID was it?
It's a. Don't remember, but your.
Okay, I'll take a look at it. You don't remember what state it was out of, anything like that. You said it looked like her, but when you ran it, the
Looked like
address
her.
was different.
Address and name was different. When I scanned it, the
Okay.
barcode on the back.
Okay. All right, let me go take a look at it. Yep.
The barcode on her driver's license returned a different name and address than what appeared on its face, a hallmark of a forged government document. Under Terry versus Ohio, 1968, officers may detain a person based on reasonable articulable suspicion, alone, no probable cause required. A mismatched barcode clears that bar.
So, for example, what is in our system, Kimberly Harrison, and the ID itself, Miranda, which matching the card,
Okay.
and completely different address, and the ID is look weird.
Okay, let me take a look at it. Was this the watch that she was supposed to be buying here?
This one.
That one? Okay.
Ma'am, can you stay off your phone, please?
Okay, well I'm letting somebody know the situation.
What's that?
I'm letting somebody know the situation.
What's the situation, though?
The situation.
What's that?
Cops.
Cops what?
I don't know.
I told her she's detained right now. The DL's not coming back as anything.
Okay. So, ma'am, stay off your phone, okay?
All right. I need you to just have a seat over here, and I need to read something to you before we talk to you, okay? Okay, these are your rights. You speak English fully and understand it? Okay, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him or her present while you are being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questions if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions. You understand that?
Before substantive questioning, the officer read Miranda warnings in full. This was procedurally correct. The subject was seated, could not leave, and was being interrogated, meeting the threshold for custodial interrogation under Miranda versus Arizona, 1966.
Okay, so what's going on?
Nothing. I'm here to buy a watch.
Okay. So you came in to buy the Rolex watch?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I mean, so what's the process? Like, what, are you guys gonna like?
So you're being detained right now
What does
because
that mean?
you're not free to leave.
So am I going to jail?
That's the process we're going through. That's why I'm asking you questions so I can figure out what's going on, because I can't just come into a situation and arrest you, right?
Right.
Okay. So, can I see those? Okay, so you came in and you presented these two things to them, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any documentation that has your right information on it?
No.
Okay. And who is this on the driver's license?
That's me.
This is you?
That's,
Okay. So you're telling me that your name is Emily Miranda?
I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
There's nobody that name or date of birth.
What's your date of birth?
It's on the ID.
Okay. So you understand how this is becoming kind of suspicious at this point because you don't even know what your date of birth is?
5/20/1997.
Okay. And what is your name and your address?
It's 277 Farm Road, Richfield, Connecticut.
Okay.
06-877.
with a available fingerprint scanner for Alpha 35.
All right. Just hang out with her for a minute. I want to see what their system came back with. Okay.
Nothing.
No, theirs.
Oh, yeah,
Stand
yeah.
it.
Much easier if we knew exactly who you were. Because this isn't looking good right now, and if you go up to county jail as a Jane Doe, you're gonna stay up there a lot longer.
Okay. So what? So you guys take me to jail? Yes or no? I understand it.
Well, as of right now, that's a fraudulent driver's license.
So what's
It was an arrestable offense.
So do you say that? I'm sorry. Did you say that it was unarrestable or not arrestable?
It is. Alright, so we're getting somebody with a fingerprint scanner to come get your real ID. Unless you want to tell it to me. That would make it so much easier on all of us. And you'd be cooperative, which would be much better for you.
Well, can I send a text message?
Nope. Here, we'll go ahead and take that then.
Actually, no.
Well, you're being detained.
All right.
And we already asked you don't be on your phone.
I'm not on my phone. I
You just said,
asked
can you send text messages? I said no.
Okay, and
Alright,
like,
so let's not pick up your phone.
Did you see some text message or didn't?
Which one's your Uber outside waiting for you?
I mean, if I'm not gonna take it, then does it really matter?
Sure it does. I'll let him know.
I'm pretty sure he's already gone.
Okay.
So is that the story you're sticking with? That this is your real ID, this is your real name, this is your real date of birth? Yes?
I actually don't have nothing else to say.
You don't have nothing else to say?
No.
Okay. All right, just hold that for a second. Stand up for me for a second. You're just being detained as of right now. I'm just going to put you in handcuffs, okay?
When the subject said, "I don't have anything else to say," she effectively invoked her Fifth Amendment right to silence. The officer appropriately ceased questioning at that point. Providing a false name during a lawful detention is not protected by the Fifth Amendment. Under Hiibel versus 6th Judicial District Court, 2004 states may criminalize refusal to identify. Here the subject went further. She actively gave a false identity. That is a standalone criminal offense. The fingerprint scanner resolved what interrogation could not. Objective biometric evidence identified her as Alina R. Not Emily, not Miranda. This approach is legally superior to continued questioning after a rights invocation. She was charged with 3 offenses: fraudulent use of a credit card, a felony at $12,300, possession of a forged driver's license, felony, and providing a false name while lawfully detained. Each charge stands independently. The officer receives an A-. Miranda delivery was complete and timely. Detention was legally grounded. Fingerprint identification replaced coercive pressure. Minor deduction brief continued remarks after Wright's invocation edged close to though did not cross the post-invocation line. The subject receives a D. She compounded 2 existing felonies by providing a false identity on record before invoking silence far too late to limit her exposure. Every decision increased her criminal liability rather than protected her rights. The pawnshop employee receives an A. Scanning the barcode and cross-referencing the result prevented a $12,300 fraud before it succeeded. His vigilance was the single most critical factor in this case.
All right, just have a seat for a second until the other officer gets here, okay?
Hey, are you Uber by any chance?
Yes.
Who are you waiting for?
Lena.
What's her name?
Tofik.
Long dark hair?
Oh, the girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lena.
Okay, what's the name you have for her? Here, write it down. Oh, Lena, do you have like her first and last name or her?
Uber
Take
just
a look at the 1017
If
and
you want
42
to
zone.
know the window.
Yeah, who does she, yeah, give me all the info you have if you don't mind.
Lena is
Lena A. Where'd she come from? Where'd you pick her up at? Which one?
Week now? Yeah.
Oh, you're just picking her up.
Yeah.
Okay,
just
okay.
picking her up. Yeah. Is she, there's some problem?
Yeah, she's not going to be coming with you. She'll be coming with us.
Oh.
All right, so I don't know how you'd go about that fare. Get out of here. Go pick up some more fares. Make some more money.
Thanks so
All right, thank you. Talk to your Uber guy. Do you have your information? You want to verify it, or you want to play this game?
I just said I don't have nothing.
You never use it just because this name was
Okay,
there, right?
just because, I mean, that's her name.
Lena? That's the name on the number? I mean, like I said, you already have I'm not going to ask you any more questions because you already said you wanted to exercise your rights, but I'm just saying you already have a fraudulent ID here, so it's already going to be an arrest.
Probably the credit card, too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not telling her this is the start of it. And then when the fingerprint scanner gets here and they fingerprint you, we'll figure out who you are and then we'll go from there, okay? What do we got for the first name?
Helena Arenciba, is her last name?
Lena A. I had it.
Sound about right? Does it come back with a Florida ID?
Arrested for battery by Lakeshore.
Like a DL number?
Pierce nose, pierce back, tattoo left hand.
I don't know which way left is. No, that's right. No, that's left. Yeah.
All right, you can. Do you have anything on you that's going to poke us, stick us, or anything like that we need to know about?
No.
All right, you are under arrest. Stand up.
Earring, belly button piercing, anything else? No other piercings?
You want to get those piercings out in booking?
Yeah. I'll look that up there. Put it down there.
Probably has your ID in there.
Probably. Probably back personal.
I'll grab that stuff that you're taking out.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Key takeaways. First, invoke Miranda rights immediately. Every statement made before invocation is on the record and usable in court. Second, providing false identification during detention adds charges. Silence does not. Third, forged documents with internal inconsistencies, such as barcode-to-face mismatches, are routinely detected by standard retail verification. The scheme was flawed from the start. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching.